So and Got Mead is riddled with them. I mean, you look at it, it's like it's all technical.
I'm an environmental engineer by training.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's all engineers and IT people, and I mean, we're just covered up in technical type people.
So
okay, we got all these people. Your wife researched it, and you see all this growth. So what happened then?
Well, before I go on, you want me to bring those two on?
Yeah, please.
Sure.
And if you guys can raise your volume a little bit, that would be good. You're just a little quiet on our end.
All right, I'll just talk up. I think my headset tends to be a little bit on the quiet side. You let me know if I'm yelling.
Okay. I can always pull your sound down, but it's hard to push you up. I'm pretty much I go up any higher, and we'll start getting feedback.
Tamara, are you on?
I am on. Hello.
Cool.
Hey.
Hi there.
Tamara's my daughter, and she handles our marketing because, well, I shouldn't. Let's just say I just shouldn't.
You're not allowed to touch the marketing, huh? Smart woman, Cameron. Smart woman.
They let me do the tours. You know, they prop me up in front of a tank and say, talk to people, but not too much. And then, Dawn, are you on?
Yes, I'm on.
Oh, okay. And, well, Dawn's my wife, and she's actually the brains of the outfit. I just...
Pretend like you are.
I crack jokes, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta let them think they're in charge of something, Don.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Otherwise, they get persnickety, you know.
Well, the jokes are important.
Yeah.
Let me know if you can hear us okay. Since it's three people on one line, it might be a problem.
Yeah, you're a little quiet, but Don and Cameron sound okay.
Okay. So I did want to elaborate a little bit. I heard Robin talking about when I did the research, and there was really a twofold piece of that I wanted to share. One was that, I mean, that is true. I did the research, but there was a reason I did it. And that was because I'm really not fond of beer. There's just something in the hops or something in it I'm just not that fond of. I like wine okay, but there was just kind of a limited number of wines that I liked. And the first time I tasted mead, it was like, oh, yes, this is just right. You know, it's not beer, it's not wine, it's really its own thing. And when people ask me, well, what does it taste like when they haven't ever had it before? I'm like, I can't really tell you what it tastes like. You have to taste it because I can't say it's technically we're classified as a winery, but it really doesn't taste exactly like wine. So I was kind of excited when our son came and said, I think we should make this professionally. Because when I started doing the research and I saw the growth in the cider industry, I thought that demographic was really pretty close to the same kinds of people that seem to like mead. Mm-hmm. And I think the time's right. And I just was so thrilled with the creativity with the different flavors and so forth that we could create. We've got quite a number of flavors right now that are in our skunk works of different things that we want to try. And I think that's probably the most exciting part of the business.
I think you're right. I mean, the cider, and I think that's shown just by the fact that so many meaderies are cross-producing into cider.
Yes.
It's kind of a no-brainer in a way because the process is pretty much the same. But even there, I'm kind of rethinking it because there's a cidery that's starting up here in Marietta. And cider is a pretty competitive market. And not all ciders are created equal, I've noticed by doing market research. So and they may be hearing this for the first time. But I'm rethinking, do we really want to do cider or should we do sizer and emphasize that it is mead made with apple juice and it stays within the mead family? Because we really want to popularize mead and push mead and create a separate place. Like Don was saying, it's not like anything. It's mead. Mead is mead. And there's wondrous varieties of it, but it's still mead. So I think a really good way to compete with cider, such as it is to have that mead alternative. Cider with a difference, if you will.
Well, and it's that one foot in both worlds kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a cool thing.
Yeah, we actually made a cider. There's a bunch of apple orchards in northern part of Georgia, and we went up and got 240 gallons of it. Again, my son called me up and said, "Dad, we should get some apple juice." Yeah, okay. What are we going to put it in? Well, I got these barrels. Where'd you get the barrels? Never mind. So we got 240 gallons of apple juice. Bring it back, and made cider for the first time. Just kind of like, well, gee, how much honey do you put in there? This looks good. And it was basically, how much honey do we have? 18 gallons. Well, I guess we'll use that in 2 different batches. And the smell was amazing. I can't even describe it, but the smell of honey and apple juice is fantastic. And what came out of it was not quite cider, but really, really good. So yeah, I mean, Dawn played with some mulling spices with cider. So yeah, that's going to be, I think, our fall offering, is our fall-winter offerings that are different kinds of ciders.
That'll be fun. And, you can do... I mean, you start with the apple juice, but that's not to say you can't add blueberry juice or peach juice. I've made peach ciders that were to die for, because there's a place, they're big on peaches in South Carolina, too. And in Gaffney, which is just over the border from North Carolina, and I go by there whenever I head towards Atlanta, obviously. There is, that's a place that has the water tower that looks like a peach.
Looks like a peach, yeah.
Yeah, well, it supposedly looks like a peach. What it really looks like is the thing is mooning the highway, but it really does. It looks like the world's biggest butt,
It does. It does. First time I was coming up on the freeway, I was like, that cannot be.
That cannot be. Just in South Carolina, they would never do such a thing, yeah. But that's what it looks like. And there's actually been, the butthurt crowd, for want of a better word, has actually tried to get it repainted because it offends them. It's like, seriously, people, really? Get over yourselves. But
it's a great landmark. I always know how long it is before I get to Atlanta.
I know, right? That's exactly. I know I'm halfway when I get there. So. But there's a farm there, and the name escapes me at the moment. But they sell apple juice and peach juice and God love them. Oh shoot, the grapes, the super sweet.
Muscadine?
Yeah, thank you, muscadine juice. So you can, because I love doing muscadine meads. They make the best piment in the world. And
the muscadine brings up some kind of rough memories for me, actually. The irony here. Okay,
does it involve like waking up in doorways that like?
No. The first successful
Am I the only one that ever has that?
Well, not including muscadine, anyways. Now, the first successful batch of mead I ever made was after we started the meadery. I would help Brian and Nick make the mead, but the one time I decided I'm going to make my own, and I'm going to make it with muscadine grapes. I learned a valuable lesson about boiling the grapes first before you put them in the. Yeah, it was awful. There was alien things growing in it. Yeah, so again, why should I start a meadery when my one and only foray into actually making my own batch of mead was horrible.
No, but
it was dumping out
all
horrible.
the things you learned.
Yeah.
Boil the grapes.
We call them discoveries. I don't know. He keeps calling them horrible. It was great discoveries that he made.
Yeah.
Learning opportunities.
He's not looking at it the right way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how not to de-gas a tank and things like that.
Yeah, we've all done that. I'm glad I have a floor drain.
Yeah.
I wish we had a floor drain.
There are still.
Oh dear.
That is about the mantra when we look at our current place and we start talking about, if we're going to move into a larger place.
Not if, it is when.
Yeah.
When, yes.
Yeah.
Floor drains. There will be floor
yeah.
drains.
Floor drains.
You never know how great floor drains look in other places until you see them, and you're like, oh, look at your beautiful floor drain. It looks so nice in the middle of the floor like that. And I like how everything slopes down, and it looks like it really catches all the liquids that fall. 3-hour conversation about their floor drain.
Yep. Walls are nice.
You gotta love what becomes important to you. High ceilings are good too, and especially ones that are painted that don't show the stains.
Yeah.
Door big enough to get your pallet mover in.
Yeah, That was something I remember, and I forget which meadery it was like all that and a bag of chips, and they were getting ready to upgrade their equipment. Never occurred to them that new tank wouldn't fit through the doors.
Oh.
Yeah.
Take out the door.
Yeah, the tank came all the way and then wouldn't fit.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we do have high ceilings, and we are now in the process of building up because we cannot build out.
Yes, our forklifts come in many sizes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and they're all shaped like people.
So wait, okay, you guys are in Mayretta, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. So that means you're going to end up having a skyscraper meadery because everything there is like jammed up cheap by jowl, or at least it was when I was in Atlanta.
Well, there's it's an interesting thing. I mean, you're I guess the gist of the thing here is starting new meadery, and it's like we've been talking about. It's been quite a journey, and the things that you don't think about, like floor drains, like square footage. I mean, we made some sample floor plans, but yeah, I mean, we rented this 1,500 square foot facility in January of 2015, and we're standing there thinking, "Oh my gosh, it's huge! How will we ever fill this up?" and now we have to put in pallet racks just so we have a place to put things. I mean,
As you edge around things out in the production area, and you're like kind of, don't inhale, honey.
yeah. I mean, we were so focused on, okay, where are we going to put tanks and all the production stuff. I ordered 3 pallets of bottles. Where am I going to put them?
Yeah.
And then it was, oh, gee, when we fill them up, we're not exactly going to, we're still going to have them. Where do I put those? So,
yeah, it's not like they magically disappear or go into an alternate dimension to be stored when you fill them.
Yeah, this is why I've got bottles in my front entryway.
I want one of those Mary Poppins purses. You just start
I know,
putting-
right?
Oh, yeah.
I know, I want
Bag of holding.
50 customers is what I
Yeah.
want.
So you put the 250-gallon tank in there, just stuff it right in the purse.
Yeah, I wished we could have had something like that. We did our grand opening a couple weeks ago, and the turnout was fantastic
That's great.
and terrifying
Yeah.
because we had over 300 people,
Wow.
and we were not big enough to handle 300 people at once.
Oh yeah, we opened up makeshift bars just so we could serve everybody, tastings and stuff like that. It was amazing and she said, terrifying at the same time. I mean, we went through a package of 300 wristbands and then into another package of 300. And it was a rainy day kind of, so we were thinking that not that many people were going to show up.
This is Atlanta we're talking about, where everybody acts like it's the apocalypse every time a drop of water falls from the sky.
Yeah,
I
I mean, we
lived
had
there
our
for 6 years. And yeah, it would take 4.5 hours to go 15 miles once it started raining. It was like, ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. No, it started sprinkling at about 11 o'clock. Our opening was supposed to be at noon, and we had people starting to show up at 1:45. And I was like, wow, this is going to be a day.
But I think
Very cool.
that tells you where the market is at.
Yeah, it does.
Had that many people that were anxious to be there, and they were so nice and understanding of the crowd.
The chaos.
Yes. We tried to prepare for it as best we could, but there are some things that you just, you don't know until it is actually happening. And the people were wonderful.
There was a lot of first-timers, too, that hadn't had mead before, but they wanted to try something different.
Nice. So there is you saw a lot of, hey, I'm ready for something new, people.
Yeah, just people seeing something local that they wanted to check out. We had the grand opening posted for about a month. So, and it got shared between different sites and things like that.
Yeah, I noticed that Robin didn't send it to me, just saying,
Seriously, Dad?
Gotmead.com? Really? You didn't send it to gotmead.com?
I will take it up with my marketing department.
Yeah, no, it was incumbent.
Don't worry, there'll be a grand reopening when we move to the new place.
There you go. Yeah, and now I'm out there since your dad didn't bother to tell you. It's just,
I think marketing...
Communication breakdown.
Yeah, right.
I actually think marketing is magic.
I think what we have here is a failure to communicate.
You went there, I went to Led Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm. Communications breakdown, yeah.
Yep.
My brain was saying that, but this is Georgia, so we had to go with, Cool Hand Luke was the only way to go. That's so cool, though, that y'all had such a great, grand opening, and, and that says a lot. I mean, Atlanta is a pretty vibrant city, too, so, despite the fact that the traffic is never ending these days, a lot of new stuff comes out of Atlanta, and I think that's great that we're going to see part of the mead renaissance come out of there, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's really actually a really nice place for craft.